Hello everyone, I'm Jeremy Reeves, head blender of Cornell & Diehl Pipe Tobacco Company, and today I wanted to share with you all about a blend that I think is really special, I'm really excited about. It's a new small batch, it's called Palmetto Balkan. The inspiration for this blend was really older blends, older English blends in particular, that featured Syrian Latakia, and the flavor profile that Syrian Latakia has is so special. You know, kind of a dry red wine sort of character that it often evokes, a little bit of a fruitiness and some of the sweetness of the leaf before it was fire cured as an Oriental shows through more in the old Syrian leaf. And so I wanted to see if there was a way to take current Cypriot Latakia and maybe reduce some of the smoky character that it had and bring forth some of the sweeter elements. And I found a process that I think draws out some of that. So I won't say that it's a one-to-one match, but I do think that you'll find that this particular blend has some interesting, less smoky and more Oriental forward character to the Latakia itself. It is a Balkan blend, so that means that the proportion of the components of the blend really features Oriental most heavily, and then Latakia, and then Virginia kind of playing sort of a background or supporting role. Different from an English blend where typically the Virginia is really kind of leading the fore, and then Latakia, and then the Oriental is playing a more supportive role. But the components are Latakia, and this Latakia that has gone through a proprietary process, kind of removes some of the soot on the leaf and allows for more of the underlying leaf to shine through in flavor. And then 2019 and 2018 Oriental crops, 2019 Izmir, 2018 Basma, and then a 2017 dark sort of smoken leaf, red leaf, you know, like a deep orange auburn veering into mahogany kind of leaf, and a 2019 blend of tips and leaf, and those kind of veering more into the lighter orange category. A really nice sugar content on them, a more moderate nicotine content there. The balance of the blend is really wonderful. The smoking characteristics I think are velvety on the palate. There's an element that kind of reminds me, it's an interplay between the Oriental and the Latakia. It reminds me a little bit of apricot, very, very softly sweet, but just on the finish of it, just a little bit of spiciness. There's a lot going on in this blend. You've got sort of the smoky character of the Latakia, but it's more background, it is more mellow. There's a really nice pillowy, sort of velvety texture to the smoke. And you've got Virginia kind of weaving in, and a little bit of that leathery Latakia flavor, but it's all riding underneath the spice rack sort of element that you get from a heavy hand of Oriental. And there's cinnamon and allspice and curry and nutmeg and coconut cream and all of these kinds of things, along with really nice sour and nutty notes, all coming from the Oriental. Palmetto Balkan I think is going to age really nicely. There's plenty of sugar content for fermentation to play with, while the Virginia is, you know, a very, very background and kind of low-key player in the proportions. There's still plenty of sugar available in the Oriental, and because the Latakia is a bit less sooted, partly due to the proprietary process and the way that we treated it, there's plenty of sugar in that leaf. It's just normally it's kind of encased in sort of a creosote layer. And so there's more of that is actually available, I think. So I think that there's plenty of aging potential in this. I'm not going to say super long legs. I'm not going to say, 10, 15 years here, but I do think that you'll find a really pleasant fermentation that's taken place over the course of, say, 3 to 5 years in a tin. And you can definitely, this will be in an 8-ounce format. We can definitely recommend either aging in the existing tin or opening a tin and transferring it to smaller jars so that you can age it for longer and kind of dip in and experience what the blend is doing through the course of that process without interrupting your other containers. So those would be some suggestions there on aging. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you enjoy Palmetto Balkan as much as I am.